Meg Cabot a quand même un monde très fantastique, fantastique dans les deux sens du terme, dans le sens où elle a quand même déjà publié 70 livres aux États-Unis, mais elle en a encore pas mal sous le coude. Vous la connaissez tous, même sans le savoir, vous la connaissez, parce que plusieurs de ses œuvres ont été portées à l'écran, que ce soit au petit ou au grand écran, comme la série Journal d'une princesse, qui au passage a été vendue à 16 millions d'exemplaires et traduit en 38 langues, qui a vu le jour au cinéma en 2001 dans le film Princesse malgré elle, dont le rôle principal était Anne Hathaway. Ah oui. Une série télévisée aussi que vous connaissez sans doute, Missing, disparu sans laisser de traces. Oui, issue de 5 livres écrits par Meg Cabot, qui s'appelle Missing. Et également un téléfilm qui a été produit par Disney Channel, qui a été diffusé d'ailleurs en France en 2011, en février, si ma mémoire est bonne, et qui s'appelait Avalon High, livre de Meg Cabot. Donc vous voyez, même si vous ne le savez pas, vous l'avez vu et vous l'avez lu. Your last book is really exciting because you managed to talk about 3 major themes. The last book is Abandon, and it's themes that touch teenagers, but also adults, which are impossible love at first sight, not fitting in the surrounding world, and life after death. So how did you come up with all these ideas in one book?
Wow. Well, when I was a teenager, I thought a lot about death. But I also hated school, and I felt like I was an outsider, that I didn't fit in. And I really loved the myth of Persephone, Persephone. And I thought, what would it be like if I was kidnapped by the Lord of the underworld and taken away from here? And I went somewhere where someone understood me, like the Lord of the Death understood Persephone. And I thought, wouldn't that be great? I would never have to do homework again. It would be so awesome. So I always kind of fantasized about that happening to a modern girl. And that's exactly what happens in Abandon. The heroine, Pierce, she dies at the beginning of the book, but then she's revived, and she has to try to live life knowing that there is an underworld, and goes back to high school, and a man follows her back from the underworld and keeps wanting to bring her back there. And it's a story that also has some hope, though, because Persephone is also the goddess of the springtime. So it's not just about death, but it's also about hope. And Pierce knows that this guy probably wants what's best for her because he always shows up right when she's in danger. And she has a kind of connection to him that she doesn't understand. So she needs to find out what it is about him that she kind of loves, but she also fears. So it's something that I thought about a lot when I was a teenager.
Why do you like to write to a so large audience, from children to adults?
Well, I like to think of my books as a sort of garden. And I like to have lots of different kinds of flowers in my garden, not just one kind, because if you like to garden, you want to have some roses and maybe some daisies. And I don't think it's a matter that I would get bored if I just had one kind, but sometimes I like to garden in one section, and other times I like to work on the other parts of the garden. People always ask, which one do you like the best, writing for adults or writing for children? And I can't say because I love them all.
I have the feeling when I read your books like Insatiable or Abandon, that you do like some Disney cartoons, Children can have a perception of the book, and adults can have another one. Is this made in purpose? Do you think about it when you write your books?
Yes, oui. I do. I like to put in different levels of humor and material for different readers. So even in the books for Ali Punchy, there are some things maybe that an adult reader might understand that a reader who's maybe 9 might not get. But there's a little bit for everyone in all the books, and I do that on purpose because I like to entertain myself while I'm writing. And I also like to entertain the readers. But I think all the books work on many different levels, and I especially like it when readers appreciate all the different books, when the 9-year-olds love them and when their parents love them too.
How did you have the idea to write Princess Diaries?
Actually, my mother started going out with one of my teachers. Dégueulasse. And I was so disgusted, I started writing about it in my diary, and it turned into a whole book. But the girl in the book was 30, yeah, so she was a little old, and my friend said this would be a good book if she was 14, not 30. So I made her younger, and I made her a princess. That was it. That was how I got the idea. My mom and my teacher are still together. It's still disgusting. I see my teacher and my mother kissing at Christmas every year.
Il y a une chose qu'il faut savoir en fait dans les livres de Meg, c'est qu'ils sont tous issus de son expérience professionnelle, personnelle ou professionnelle d'ailleurs. Par exemple, dans Abandon, c'est quand elle était donc, on en a parlé tout à l'heure, quand elle était adolescente, elle est tombée sur le mythe d'Hadès et de Perséphone, et c'est un mythe qui l'a beaucoup inspirée. Et de même qu'elle ne se sentait pas à l'aise dans le monde dans lequel elle vivait. Pour Insatiable, Mina est script. Meg a fait ce métier. Elle a été script dans une série télévisée. Donc tous les personnages, enfin des Shona par exemple dans Insatiable, hein, qui travaille avec elle, qui travaille avec Mina dans la série télévisée, elle a connu des Shona, plein de Shona elle a connu. Donc voilà. Et Journal d'une princesse, c'est aussi tiré de son expérience personnelle. Donc tous les personnages féminins de Meg ont un petit peu de Meg en elle.